Hello guys, so now good evening and welcome to our evening update. So how you guys doing? Hope you guys are okay. So all right, so let's go straight to the news of the evening. So Danny Murphy will be one of the football pundits out there. So about the yarn for Talk Sports. So you're gonna talk about this what do they call Ivan Toney deal. What they talk say Arsenal spending up to 80 million pounds on Ivan Toney is going to be a very massive risk for Arsenal because if they feel say maybe Ivan Toney no go fit Arsenal style of play. Because they talk say when you look Arsenal now, Arsenal they get a particular way that they play. When you look at their right wing, they have a left footer playing in the right wing. When you look at the left wing, they have a right footer playing in the right footer playing in the left wing and left footer playing in the right wing. Then down the middle, you get if Ivan Toney comes into Arsenal, say if he no fits the Arsenal style of play because Arsenal is not a cross and not team. As about the talk about it, so these are some of the arguments when they bring. So for that reason, they feel say Arsenal spending up to 80 million pounds because we know say the deal will reach 80 million pounds actually. So if Arsenal spend that kind of amount, say it no go really make sense. Again. So now looking back, what's that thing? This is not the first time don't hear that type of arguments. Make a cast to my mind back. When Man City once signed Erling Haaland, people actually came out and said Erling Haaland is not going to be good for Man. In fact, I was one of the strong advocates that came and said Erling Haaland is costing Man City. Is like it's more harm to them than good. Get but today you're going to see the amount of goals where the guy can score for them. They can. Erling Haaland gives Man City the option of going long. That is another option we don't have. You coming out as a pundit and saying Arsenal is not a cross and not team. For that reason, Ivan Toney no go match. Your head like thinking. If you think it's supposed to the reason Arsenal is not a cross and not team is because we don't have that option. Okay, who you want cross the ball for? We want now indicator one cross and for. I mean, Gabriel Jesus one cross and for. Who be the person where you want cross and for? When we had Olivier Giroud, we not crossing. What are you saying? Like I don't know. And what really mostly vex me for all this thing, you see, the person like no normal number for talks, but they get co-hosts. So when your partner is making this type of assertions, you now is supposed to push further. Like give them some instances. What about Erling Haaland or Man City? You know the word say that they go long, when they don't try try and no work, they start to cross. You know they see the relationship between De Bruyne and Erling Haaland, and they see how many crosses when they throw in for the guy. You know they see him from that angle. Why not even cast his mind back that when Arsenal had Olivier Giroud, were they not crossing? So for me, I don't really subscribe to that line of thought because I feel bringing in an Ivan Toney will give Arsenal another dimension in attack. We are predictable when it comes to attack because everybody knows say we must cut back. When we carry ball reach flank, we must cut back. Look at the match against Everton. We had about 11 corners, 11 or 12 corners. Do you know that out of that 11 or 12 corners, we played 8 short corner? Instead of crossing the ball, we had to pass the ball to another person first to come strike. Why? Because we are not we don't get area threats at all. We don't get them. So that is the major thing. So bringing in Ivan Toney, it gives us different, apart from the hold up play, apart from the fact that defenders no go fit bully, instead they bully anybody, you get. And he has a keen eye for goal, you get. You know, they take icy post and he get bombed for leg to wipe shot. So these are some of the variables where they on the table. So when I see people like Danny Murphy coming out and making this type of statements, I just feel sorry because I know they really happy. I wish most times I wish say I did there for studio, make I give them after they drop the thing, make I snack and go back to them so that they go fit defend their position. You don't come out and make all this kind of opinion and nobody challenges you. They just leave the opinion, make it just slide like that. So me, I don't really subscribe to them. If every transfer, in all honesty and truth, every transfer is a risk. But given the excuse of because Arsenal is not a cross and not team, Ivan Toney no go thrive. How many cross and not Brentford they do? How many? Go and check the goals Ivan Toney they score. How many headers he don't even score? What are we talking about? We're talking about a player who get a very remarkable record for this team when they play. So I beg, me they know they talk all this kind. And I know say some people will share this same line of thought. If I look at even ask now, show now subscribe to this line of thought. Say You know, will make sense. We'll spend 80 million on Ivan Toney. It's going to be a massive risk. That is the same thing some people like me have said about Declan Rice, that it was going to be a massive risk signing him for 105 million pounds, that the money is too much. Today, are we not reaping the fruit of our labor? Are we not happy that we actually, in fact, if you're saying that everyone 120 million will buy that Declan Rice, I don't think, with the power of insights now, after him playing the number of games he has played for us, I don't think anybody will complain that we actually spend that much money on Declan Rice. Everybody is satisfied with, like, it is money well spent. I don't think there's anybody that will come out and say Declan Rice know what the money will spend for him. He has solidified and stabilized our team. So it is what it is. Now, for the match we will play against this Brentford, Tomiyasu was voted man of the match by the Arsenal fans. So, and this one, truly, the guy really played well for that game. Like, he really show why he get that center back ability. See, this guy, he's the center back in the play for Japan. But forget say they play right back for Arsenal. The guy really shined that yesterday. He played like a samurai warrior. I was very proud of him. Like, I just they happy say we get people like this. We will feel rest Saliba. At least people like this can come in and still do the job. So I just very happy because this is what Ateta has been saying. Say time they come, there will be a rotation. Everybody will play, and when it is your turn to play, you need to give a good showing so that we'll not say yes, we are in capable hands, because we need to be resting players. You look at Man City, they could not play Erling Haaland. Why? Because games they come quick, thick and fast now. So you can't afford to play him because in the next 3 days you are playing again. So you don't see where the disparity is. So we need players to rest so that they can recover on time, because fatigue is very important. It is realistic. It happened. Now, away from that, so Fabrizio Romano can come and give us some kind of expose about Ivan Toney. So you can say Ivan Toney plan remains clear. They say the guy won't try new opportunities in 2024 because he don't sign new agents. Remember, I said before, they got to say Arsenal and Chelsea are both informed on potential conditions of the deal for January or summer, different price. Now, what this thing is really saying in actual sense is that Ivan Toney really wants to leave in January. Like, he really wants to try, like, overstaying welcome. And good, now we say the ovation is that people are really interested in you. This is actually the best time for him to leave. So he really say he would like to move for this January. He don't change new agents now, so that they go facilitate that move. Now, do you know that Ivan Toney contract? I just knew this today. I don't know before. His contract is expiring 2025. Brentford, as of now, never presents any contract extension paper for him, which means they are willing to sell the player. The player also is willing to leave. So after this season, we will be like this now. If maybe nobody buys him in January, then come reach summer at the beginning of next season, you go be say the guy will get 1 year left on his contract. So that is why when they talk say the guy will command like 60 million to 80 million pounds now, because you know they get plenty years for his contract. So it's not a hurricane. How much Bayern Munich buy hurricane? So I even believe normal myself, if nobody say because maybe bidding war or anything, 50 million pounds supposed to just close this guy deal, making Jonathan, because he has less than 2 years left on his contract. So it is what it is. Now, according to what Fabrizio Romano they talk, say Arsenal and this Chelsea, they don't already get the conditions of the deal. Get from what we hear that they've gotten the conditions of the deal. So they hear me with just some kind of small hiccup. So I hope you guys see me and hear me clearly. So waiting for the talk now, according to Fabrizio Romano, say Arsenal and Chelsea, they don't they informed on this guy deal. So if you watch what they write for that second paragraph, we say Arsenal and Chelsea are both informed on potential conditions of the deal for January or summer, different price. Which means if we won't buy this guy for January, we will be paying a different amount. Then if you say summer one buyer, we'll be paying a different amount. So I hope you will understand what Fabrizio Romano talk, and I hope you guys see me, you can hear me, we get small network each. That you can see me, you can hear me. So by January, I never really know how much they will really say we pay. Though they don't tell us but the information is not in the public domain. Nobody really knows. Like, we can't really come out and say, okay, now this amount to be or that amount to be. But according to Fabrizio Romano, Brentford has related this information. They don't relate them to Chelsea and Arsenal. If not by January, see the amount. If not by summer, see the amount. So we'll just watch at least when time don't they reach. Very soon, January will reach, so we'll get more clarity on this deal. Now, away from that, so people like this Steve McManaman, Koko say Arsenal is a potential destination for Ivan Toney. Now, Bako even give us some insights. I never even do research at this level. So Bako talk say this Ivan Toney now, this guy scored 68 goals in 124 appearances for his Brentford. So now let's about the talk. I also that hear me, but I see people say network is bad. That's been bad before. But I want to believe that the network is still. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Whether network don't do okay as proceed. So they say Ivan Toney scored 68 goals in 124 appearances for Brentford. For me, that is a remarkable output. Like, the guy really tried for them to score plenty goals. Somebody say network is bad. So maybe I just give me a few seconds. Make a switch network. All right, so I don't switch network, so I want to believe that you guys can see me now. You can hear me clearly. Okay, since people say the network they bad, so make I bring back the last story where I just talked now about Steve McManaman. So meanwhile, let me know your thoughts in the comment section if the network don't they okay. So because the network they bad, maybe it go they break. So make I just repeat the same news. So Steve McManaman, the talk say this Ivan Toney is going to be a potential destination for Arsenal. Like Arsenal is going to be a potential destination for Ivan Toney because he don't score 68 goals in 124 appearances. This is actually something remarkable. Now, remarkable achievement for a striker in his caliber. So this one a testament. Say the guy gets an eye for goal. Say in the sea, if you like, they take IC posts. It's a big score. So that is something that is good. All right, everybody saying the network is good now. So that's very fine. So let's just proceed. So this Ivan Toney, now the same way they talk about Declan Rice, talk and last. Arsenal can't really buy him. This time around, my prayer and I make Arsenal put their money where their mouth is. Buy this player for us, and all of us will be very proud. Now, do you know that this match Arsenal play against Brentford, now be the match they say Smith Rowe in 499 days. Get this one in first starts after 499 days. Like, don't take with this guy really start match for Arsenal. So they call the interview and so they're very grateful. Say they're very happy. Say in a long while, so you don't come start match for Arsenal again. Okay, so let's just see what happens. Maybe they enter maybe cameo appearances, maybe 15-20 minutes to go for the league. We'll see how Arsenal will do. Now, away from that, for those who know they are aware, so make I let you know say Napoli don't apologize to Osimhen. I just saw the tweets from Napoli on Twitter before I came out. So they can't apologize. Say that their TikTok account, say they don't really mean them the way Osimhen take am. Say if to say what them posted, that thing offend them, I beg. Say no be their intention. Again, so but people are still saying that's not an apology. They did not really say we are sorry. Like they just beat about the situation. But at the end of the day, now Osimhen hand the day, even the Rudy Garcia, the coach, don't come and second talk, say, well, say now something abnormal, something happened for that TikTok. Nobody expected what happened there. Like say Victor is going to be calm. Even the amateur them play yesterday, say Osimhen score, celebrate. Like, let's just see what happened. Why they bring this story up? So we don't know whether this thing now will still make Osimhen talk to one go because they don't already put 2 years contract extension for Osimhen. We're supposed to, like since last season, now they don't give him, he never sign him. So this way don't happen now. Shane will still sign the extension. I've been going on leave, so nobody really knows. So we just go watch how everything will end. Whether Osimhen go there for markets, I don't really know. That is why I don't forget the person talk yesterday say Ivan Toney is like a realistic option for us than this Osimhen because really Napoli no go let the guy go easily. I know who De Laurentiis is. That's like the chairman, I'll be the president of Napoli. I know what he can do. So that man no go really let him go. But Ivan Toney, the club is willing to let him go as long as we can pay the money because he has less than 2 years to go on his contract. So away from that, so Fabrizio Romano come and let us know something about this Kai Havertz. So to say Arsenal are 100% behind Havertz and will confide and will continue to experiment with him in his new role. You get so they understand, say the guy no really they do the job where they want him to do, so they are prepared to give him more time. So that news we'll hear about Real Madrid wanting to buy him in January, I already tell when I talk, say I don't see that deal happening. And maybe that is why Fabrizio can feel like making put that thing out. See, you don't Arsenal don't really get any intention. You can buy Kai Havertz for £65 million, and in January you want to sell him, never reach one season. Who does that? I don't think that's going to happen. So far so good, my dear Arsenal lovers. The biggest news of the night might be this Danny Murphy, where they come outside and talk, say if Arsenal spend up to 80 million on Ivan Toney, say it will be a massive risk. Say it no go make sense because Arsenal no be cross and not team, and so for that reason, maybe Ivan Toney no go favor us. This same thing, 9 people talk about Erling Haaland when he want join Man City. Say no go favor Man City. Man City na tiki-taka team. They no be like cross and not. But people keep forgetting that if tiki-taka cannot work, Man City they go long. Anytime when Man City they play us, speaking at the watcher, they usually go long to bypass our midfield because why? They have a target man there when they take IC post. So now the same thing we say for the fine. Liverpool get go and look at the statistics of Darwin Núñez this season. In his first season was a shit packer. You know live up to expectation. Don't be saying no score goals, but you know live up to expectation. What they know him as a marksman for Benfica. You know live up. But look at this season. This guy they come inside, they change games. Yeah, so Arsenal don't have that like a target man say tiki-taka no work. What could do cross or not? We don't have that option. So Ivan Toney, at least it makes sense. Say we get that option, they will come decide not to use them. Than say we don't even get the option at all. Why do you think Arsenal does not really cross? If we go, we'll cut back. We go near, we'll cut back. We can't really cross. Why? Because there are no target men. Shana indicate I want cross for. I mean, Shana the resist one cross for. I mean, who you want cross for? Now Trossard you go cross for. Who be that? So you want cross for? Now the guy. Now you want go cross for. So that is the issue. And this is a simple arithmetic because when you watch the match against Everton, we had over 11-12 corners. We couldn't cross them over the top because we are seeing James Tarkowski there. We are seeing the other tall, lanky defender. We had to do short corner, which was what helped us with Trossard scoring the goal. So this is what it is. So when I see arguments like this, it get me infuriated because I don't like when people they put up this kind of arguments when no really they logical. Say we are not a cross and not team. As if we have the option to cross and we are not crossing. So my dear Arsenal lovers, this is what it is. So it's the evening news. So it's like come your way tomorrow as usual. I get them out. May I know verse for the network while and I will to the face.